to. Hello, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this Friday, October 29th. Coming off some rain. Hope you're hope you have a dry day yourself. Look who's here. It's our Take the Points edition. Brian Turner is here.
Back in the saddle once again.
You know, we have done this particular show. We talked about it 3 months ago, or 2 months ago. We did that preview show of football every year. Every year. And then I'd get you back in for a preview of the playoffs.
Playoff time, and guess what
week this is? It's high school playoff time. We are going to talk about high school playoffs today. We are going to talk about some NFL. We're going to talk about some college football. Might even bring up the World Series and our new hero, the world's new hero, Charlie Morton.
See, my wife was not impressed by that.
How is she not impressed? Because by him pitching with a broken leg. Oh, she says, well, he broke it in an easy spot. Is that what it is?
Actually, yeah. The fibula is not a weight-bearing bone. People have played in the NFL many times on broken fibulas.
Well, usually it's wrapped a little bit.
Well,
if you're playing on a broken fibula.
We've had a high school kid playing a broken fibula a few years ago. But for the majority of the game. And then found out after the game it was broken.
Okay, all right. So
people started being Charlie Morton's party pooper, but not that big. I mean, yes.
You are Charlie Morton. Why would you? And the guy just pitched. He struck out an all-pro player, an all-star in Altuve.
Were they whistling or banging on anything?
I don't know.
I'm not going to give the Astros any props.
I'm not saying you. So go ahead.
I was thinking about this earlier today. It wasn't that long ago, I was hearing from Cardinal fans, we wouldn't steal from them because they're the Astros. That was just a few years ago, and now they're the evil empire.
Listen to this. What brings the Cardinals into it? You know, we can talk about Ollie Marmol if we need, but eventually we will.
Yeah, that's, 7 years younger than me?
Just not today. Yeah, Ollie's 35.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are now older than the youngest than the youngest major league manager. Because what's he? 6 years younger than the next guy? Is Kapler next or somebody like that? I can't remember. Oh, anyway, let's get on with it today. This is Friday, October 29th. Folks, let me tell you what's going on in and around the area. Over in West Salem, this is fun. They're going to have a book character parade today at 10 a.m. This is a good time. Students and staff are encouraged to come to school dressed like their favorite or a favorite book character. The parade will start and will depart West Salem Grade School, travel up and around the square, weather permitting. Community is encouraged to gather on the square, and it's going to be about an hour from now, so you might want to make your way and enjoy the parade of book characters. Please be sure outfits are school appropriate and that students will be able to comfortably walk through the parade in them. Everyone is encouraged to carry a copy of the book their character comes from.
Who's your favorite book character?
You knew I was going to ask you this question.
I
Not my favorite, but I'm wondering who you would dress up as.
Hector. Iliad.
Ah, well, now that's.
I'm going to hope for decent weather so I can wear my show off the legs, basically.
I would go back about 20 or 30 years and dress up as Phil Elliott from North Dallas 40.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd put on a football outfit and dress up as Phil Elliott.
We went with slightly different eras.
Yeah. But that's pretty good.
Hector was always my favorite character in the Iliad. Iliad's my favorite book.
See, that's a long way. Yeah, that's way. But North Dallas 40 is one of my favorite books of all time too. So that makes sense. There you go. What else going on, folks? This Friday, October 29th, the annual Halloween Chili Supper at the North Wayne Christmas for Kids fundraiser will be held today at the Sisney Fire Department from 4 until they're sold out due to COVID restrictions. This is going to be a drive-through only event. So chili's going to come in a 16-ounce cup or with a lid for easy transportation. Also be cup carriers for multiple orders. All soup and sandwiches are donated by the Skillaford Grill down there in Orchardville. So thanks a lot to those guys. And also, Catherine's of Sisney, and Crystal's Country Cream over there in Mount Airy. And all profits, again, will be used for Christmas for Kids in the North Wayne area. The cost, of course, by donation. Give till it hurts. One other thing today that I haven't mentioned, I got a lot, actually, we have a little bit more to go. The open house today for Wabash Communication at 11 a.m. this morning. I'm going to have to get out of here and hightail it up to Louisville. We are celebrating the opening of our new building, and this is a 14415 South Route 45 in Louisville. Customer appreciation lunch from 11 to 1, as well as an open house from 11 to 5. Everyone is invited to tour the new building and enter to win a door prize. I don't think, Brian, that I am eligible to win.
I'm not sure if I am.
You probably are. Have you ever been paid for doing this gig?
The occasional, beverage
gift. Yeah, the occasional gift. I think you're eligible. You hop in a car, go up and get a pork burger after the show. There you go. And we'll find out.
How long are we going to be pretending for this?
That's enough. We're shooting this on a Wednesday. We don't know what's going on Green Bay versus the Cardinals tomorrow.
Did anyone pick that one?
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a good game. That's too good to pick. What else going on? Ken Mundy Haunted Woods tonight and tomorrow from 6 to 11 p.m. This, of course, up to Ken Mundy Log Cabin Village. Log Cabin Village has been converted to the Haunted Trail, and it'll be prepared to be scared. A non-scary version is available 15 minutes before dark, but the price is going to be $10 per person, and the proceeds do help support 3 scholarships and help maintain improvements at Log Cabin Village. They do a wonderful things there. Also tonight, Spooky Campfire Night at Ballard Nature Center. They gather around the fire for stories and songs, learn about spooky animals, look at animal skeletons, and go on a hike in the dark woods. You had a question.
I did not.
Question from the thing?
From the gallery? There is no gallery question.
Did you have a comment?
I don't think I even had one of those.
You looked at me like you had a comment. I thought you had something.
No, I just found the greatest piece of art all time on Facebook. I know that shouldn't be a thing, but tell me that's not the greatest piece of art all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Starry, Starry Night.
With Rumham.
With Rumham. From what is that, from Every Day?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, all right. I'll make sure I get the camera off of you again. Night Terrors going on in Effingham.
Speaking of.
Night Terrors.
Shirtless Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Night Terrors in Effingham tonight from 7:30 to 11:30. They're back and ready to make you scream as they're open tonight and tomorrow night. They've been open all month. Also up at Effingham, the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Effingham Performance Center. Celebrate Halloween with the cult classic Rocky Horror Picture Show. Fans come dressed up as characters, recite lines throughout the film, turning the show into an offbeat, interactive show. Tickets do include a goodie bag. Now, have you ever been to a Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yes and no. I have been to one in St. Louis, midnight showing at the Tivoli, the old theater there.
Yeah.
I was not in a state of mind where I really remember much of it.
I have never seen the whole movie.
I don't remember much of the movie at all. I remember being there, and that's about it.
When I went to school, they played on Saturday night every night or every week in Champaign, and I never went to that hootenanny. It was
Tivoli every October had 2 movies I would drive over to see every October for midnight showings. They did like $2 midnight showings.
Yeah.
And back then, that was the only theaters you could have beer in.
Well, I guess that's right. Yeah.
So it was always The Crow and Rocky. I did that every year, and I did the Rocky Horror Picture Show one year, but I don't really remember much of that one.
Probably for the best. What else going on this weekend, ladies and gentlemen? The 70th annual Louisville Fall Harvest Festival gets underway today. That first thing you see, the Little Miss, Junior Miss, and Queen pageant at 6 p.m. We'll have that on television tonight. That'll be right here on this channel.
I know someone that is glad they're doing that on a Friday.
I bet you're right. Yeah, I bet you're right.
Now, he's going to miss the Saturday of the Fall Festival. He said for the first time in 20 years
because he's got to go up to Decatur.
He had talked himself out of going because of the Fall Festival, but he's got enough cross-country kids up in the same town that he's going to be able to do both.
Okay, well, good for him. So that's going on today. What else going on today? This is National Oatmeal Day. Hearts get healthy on National Oatmeal Day. Not only is oatmeal one of America's favorite breakfast foods, that folks also celebrate it annually today. It's a perfect day to enjoy one of America's favorite breakfast food. Or do you add anything to oatmeal, or do you eat oatmeal? I love
on occasion. I eat grits more often than anything oatmeal if I'm going to do a hot breakfast in a bowl thing. But
I will eat oatmeal in usually like when you go find it on buffet or something like that. I will eat oatmeal.
I tend to save my carbs for the drinking kind.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Bowl of oatmeal daily can lower cholesterol. It may also reduce the risk of heart disease, reduce your risk of cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, eating a diet high in fiber may help reduce your risk of cancer. The grain is low in fat, low in calories, and oatmeal. Add oatmeal to your diet as a good source of iron and fiber. This is also National Cat Day, ladies and gentlemen. As look at that little kitty cat. This is a day to try to help get kitty cats, get them adopted and that kind of thing. This is a perfect day to give extra attention to your feline
It's
friends.
a what day?
Perfect. That's what I had down. I didn't do it. I wasn't going to read that garbage. Cats do make excellent companions, according to this paper I'm holding. They rarely miss you, but when they do, you sure know it. Awareness days such as this one urge pet lovers to adopt from a local shelter. The day also reminds folks that neutering and spaying your furry companions helps reduce the abandoned pet population. So there you go, cat.
And remember, if you die alone and have cats, they will eat you before people find
See,
you.
now that's not a nice thing to say.
Oh, my bad.
On National Cat Day. You've got 2 cats.
I own 2. I had 3 at one point.
I had 3 at one point. We're down to 1 now.
We're down to 2.
They
plot my murder daily.
They really do.
They wait till it's like a laundry basket in the hands and I'm near the top of stairs or something, and then immediately jump under my feet.
See, I can't say that anymore. The 2 that passed away, they were really old. One of them was evil. The other one was pretty cool. And the one I have now thinks she's a dog.
To have a dog that thinks it's a cat. He just lays around and doesn't want to be bothered or
All right.
not a lap dog or anything. Just we'll go sit in the recliner on the other side of the room and stay there.
That dog has settled down now?
He's never been hyper.
I thought he was hyper.
No.
The Jack Russell? I thought he had Jack Russell.
That's not my dog.
Oh. Whose dog's that?
That's the brand new one.
Yeah.
That's Sarah's parents.
Oh, okay.
We still only have Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Who might be the laziest beagle of all
Cosmo's a
time.
good dog.
Yeah.
Cosmo's a fun dog. What is today, ladies and gentlemen? This is also National Frankenstein Friday. This recognizes author Mary Shelley and the novel The Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. Her characters, Dr. Frankenstein and the monster, dating back to the 1800s. Frankenstein's monster is one of the best-known horror characters of all time. I must admit, I have seen Frankenstein. I've seen probably a dozen different Frankenstein's monsters in the movie, and my favorite is still Peter Boyle from Young Frankenstein.
It's because that was your childhood.
I guess so. What's yours?
Never actually seen any of the Frankensteins.
You've never seen a Frankenstein movie?
And the book is next in my list in my Audible list, but I've never watched any of the Frankensteins.
Wow.
Never saw any of the I skipped the whole monster era.
How about Abbott and Costello, for crying out loud? You didn't see Frankenstein when they meet Frankenstein?
No. The only monsters that I watched as a kid would have been the ones on Scooby-Doo.
Sad. Ladies and gentlemen, let's tell you what else is on TV tonight. World Series Game 3, Houston at Atlanta. That is Luis Garcia versus Ian Anderson on Fox at 7:09. NCAA football, Navy at Tulsa, ESPN2 Channel 638. The Running Rebs at Nevada, that's on CBS Sports Network on Channel 628. That's at 9 o'clock. NHL hockey, Chicago Blackhawks at the Carolina Hurricanes. That's on NBC Sports Chicago, 6:43. And a doubleheader on ESPN and NBA basketball, Charlotte at Miami and Dallas at Denver. That is not a good lineup for doubleheader NBA basketball.
I'm not quite in the NBA mood yet, so.
Yeah, it's too
Although
early.
I do have a sizable bet tonight.
Too early anyway. Well, that's Brian. I'm Bruce. We'll be back. Take the points right after this.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians, and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
It's the weekend and your symptoms are worsening. The morning of a big meeting and you have a bigger sore throat. Ever experienced that urgency after picking up your sick child and your community health center has already closed? You will be able to connect to a provider at crhpc.org. Even if you have never been to CRHPC, you are welcome to utilize our services. Feel better after scheduling a video visit with CRHPC.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
From here all the way over.
All right, we're sitting here, ladies and gentlemen, we're discussing.
Producer and talent are having a discussion.
We're discussing how the sausage is being made right now, and so we'll figure stuff out. Welcome back, Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first weekend of high school football playoffs. I love it.
It's back after a year off.
It is back. That's the important thing, that it is back. Any surprises that jumped out at you?
Surprises, no. The question for Fairfield going in was 2A versus 3A.
Yeah,
almost made it to 2A.
Close. I tell you what, let's do. I'm going to show you. We're going to show you brackets. We're going to go 1A first because there's one team I want you to see, or a couple of teams, and then we'll go 2A, and then we'll go Salem in 4A, and then we'll go back to 3A. How about that?
That'll work.
There is 1A. Cesar Valier in the Black Diamond Conference is playing KZ Westfield out of the LIC. That's going to be a fun matchup, I think. That ought to be a pretty good time down there. That's at the very
pretty
bottom.
Even match for
a pretty even match.
IHSA, you can kind of throw the seeds out a little. They're not a seeded. It's a point system. So that 6-11 is a little deceiving there.
The interesting thing about this setup, other than Cumberland up there in the upper bracket, Westfield, Casey Westfield, Cesar, and Cumberland, basically the only teams here in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of 1A teams down here.
The winner is going to.
Cesar not too long ago was in 4A.
The winner will most likely have to travel up to Athens, and
Athens is number 2 in the 1A rankings.
Yeah, that's going to be that's but number 3 on this half. Camp Point Central at 8-1, Athens at 8-1, Cesar Valier. We're not going to make picks, but if we were going to make picks, the only one I'd make is the Cesar Casey. I'm going to pick Cesar at home. What do you say?
I'm going to say Casey.
Really?
That's like a 22-21 ball game, though. I mean, that can go either way.
Yeah,
whoever gets the extra points, I'm going to make that prediction.
Okay.
Whoever gets the most extra points.
I like that. All right, here's Class 2A on Saturday afternoon. Flora up at Decatur St. Teresa. I'm glad Flora got in. They got no favors, did they?
They got the number 1 team in 2A is what they got.
Yeah.
St. Teresa's fast.
St. Teresa's fast. They score quickly. They score a lot. They also have a very good defense. But other than that...
And what they also have is a win against probably the top-rated 3A team in the state.
Who's that?
Not the number 1 in polls, but in the number 1 in the Cal Prep ratings is Duran. It's that Pekka Tonica.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got that. You've got also up there in the top half... Carmi traveling to Breeze Mater Dei on Friday night. I like how Breeze separates their games to Friday and Saturday because, of course, you don't want them playing at the same time. Somebody wants to go to both games.
Also helped out Sarah with her athletic trainer group, too. Covering 7 football schools with 5 ATs, having a Friday game helps.
Yeah. Johnston City, Lawrenceville heading down to JC. Lawrenceville going to have any chance against JC?
Being honest, if you're not a Black Diamond team and you're in the first round, you always are a little relieved when you draw a Black Diamond team in the first round.
Yeah. Black Diamond strong.
That being said, I'm still taking Johnson City to win that one. But
I think I've taken
that's about as good as Lawrenceville could have hoped for.
I'm taking Black Diamond teams to win 3 games. I'm not picking Carmi to win, and I'm sorry, Flora. You just got a bad, rough draw.
It's St. Teresa.
It's St. T. And I don't think Mater Dei's tough draw, too, for Carmi.
And that's what we had that discussion with the 2A, 3A with Fairfield there is, you'd like to be 2A, but you're probably playing Mater Dei in the second round there. So.
Right. All right, here is 4A. Salem, by golly, God bless them, they made it in. And they made it in as the 15 seed playing Breeze Central, which is, to me, a better chance because they've played Breeze Central already, right? Didn't they play them earlier this season?
Yeah, they did.
Now, granted, they lost
7-6 though.
It's a close game.
Yeah.
So the Salem at the 15 going against Breeze Central at the 2, an opportunity for the Wildcats. Much better at the 15 than the poor old 16 Cahokia having to head up to Rochester to play.
Yeah. Rochester's been a powerhouse for a while.
An 8-1 Rochester.
Rochester is probably the second best team in 4A.
That 8-1 Rochester just means they're mad.
Well, that one was because they stepped up and played like a 6A or 7A, that Loyola Academy.
Didn't they have a forfeit week or something like that?
They had a forfeit week, and they went up and we'll play anybody, and they did, and they went up and took a thumping from Loyola Academy. It's 56-7, but Loyola is one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah.
And much larger.
Rochester's one of the best teams in the state, has been
4A is probably when do Rochester and Joliet Catholic meet.
Yeah. So 3A is all we have left to discuss here. Fairfield draws Hoopston on Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. in the same bracket with Williamsville and Beardstown and Pax. PBL. Boy, PBL's a long way away. To Lona Unity's pretty good long way away too, but they get Newton. LIC showing up here, that's good. Benton at the 3 at 9-0, and Mount Carmel LIC gets.
Feels like Benton and Mount Carmel could be in a collision course there.
Looks like Benton and Mount Carmel, although we don't know how good this St. Joe Ogden team. They are for years have been an outstanding.
They have been. They are down this year. I would love to see St. Joe Ogden beat Mount Carmel. I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, let's talk about Fairfield Hoopston. What's the story there? Fairfield had a
two
chance.
mascots that were made obsolete by the tractor.
Oh, they sure were, weren't they?
Corn jerkers and mules.
Corn jerkers and mules. Neither of them used anymore in farming. All right, you have to explain to people what a corn jerker is. So it's one of the people that like
literally they were usually on a wagon getting pulled by mules, and shucking corn as they went down the road.
Shucking corn, and this is not the detasselers. This is the people who are pulling shucking corn as they went. So I hadn't thought of it like that. I love it. I got to tell you though, if I have my choice of one of those two jobs, I think I'd rather be the mule. To tell you the truth,
I'd say they both got whipped about the same.
They both had a bad life.
Yeah,
they both had the occasion.
Hoopston, a lot of people from Fairfield don't even know where that is. It is
north of
Danville, near the Indiana state line.
I've been there.
Out of the Vermilion Valley Conference, they have the two divisions, kind of like the River to River. They have two divisions. They're out of the South.
I've been there, and I really can't tell the story. I was there I can tell I was there for a wrestling tournament, and I ended up winning the tournament, and that's about as deep into the story as I'll go. There are other issues not fit for television.
We're going to talk off air.
That happened up there. Yeah. I haven't seen the roster. Do you have the roster?
Yeah, I do.
Can you look that up real quick? Can you pop that in? I just want to know if there's any Zaratis on it. There was a kid I wrestled a kid named Pedro Zarate in the championship match.
There's a Zamora, and he's their quarterback.
Probably not a Zarate. I wrestled a kid named Pedro Zarate in the championship match. He angered me, and I turned him and flipped him very quickly. So that's all I'm going to say.
There's not.
So Hoopston, they've got a good quarterback?
190-pound quarterback. He can be a little bit of a load to bring down. Stats look a little even, but they're a team that throws it when they're down, they run it when they're up. They haven't completed more than 2 passes the last 4 weeks.
Solid conference at the top. Now, top to bottom, the bottom half, it's kind of like the Black Diamond.
Like the Black Diamond, where the bottom half is not good at all. The top half of their conference is probably a little bit better than the top half of the BDC.
Yeah.
And they were kind of right in the middle, so.
They did not have to win to get in. As a matter of fact, they come in off of a terrific loss.
Yeah, 58-7 to Bismarck. Hitting, but Bismarck's one of the top 10 teams in the state. So, I mean, the number looks bad.
That's understandable.
Yeah. And they were the best team in that conference. Bismarck was.
I'm picking Fairfield to win at home, and I think you probably
I am too.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. High school setup. Enjoy wherever you're going to be. If you're heading up to Decatur St. T, enjoy it. If you're heading over to Breeze on Friday night, enjoy that too. It should have a lot of best time of the year, folks. This is great. That's Brian. I'm Bruce. Back right after this.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full-service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services, including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel. Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lamontsonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Welcome back, folks. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I got to tell you, Brian Turner is here, so take the points edition. I got to tell you, we were talking about the big game from last weekend because we always like to do a little bit of a recap.
And I was at volleyball all day Saturday.
You were volleyball, and I paid attention to the first game that lasted 5 hours, and I watched every play.
Now, I didn't get home in time to see the overtime, so an hour of it.
Yeah, I watched every play of the game, and after that, I really couldn't bring myself to make my wife watch football anymore. But ladies and gentlemen, Illinois beat Penn State at Penn State
In
9 overtimes, and I was in almost tears of agony and joy throughout the last hour. What did you think of that?
For about 40 minutes, Twitter was gold.
It was great. It was great.
Twitter is made for moments like 9 overtime games.
Yeah.
Sharknado. Things that are awful but entertaining.
Awful but entertaining is right. That last hour of that game. And, you know, what made it such torture, what made it even more torture.
Even more so than Illinois football.
Even more so than watching Illinois try to score from 3 yards out over and over and over.
So is Penn State now in the MAC conference?
Yeah, they got relegated.
They got relegated.
Every time the team failed, or whenever they're doing the 2-point conversion thing, every time one team failed, the coach would make them go to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
So you had...
Well, they were trying to play the student section in the end zone, and...
So Illinois and Penn State, they go to overtime, tied up 10 apiece. They get field goals in the first break. The first overtime, get field goals in the second overtime. And in the new college rules, you go from the 3-yard line. It's the 2-point extra point try, basically to try to save.
Do you like that or not? I think this was kind of unintended consequences.
I think they'll change it. Yeah. I think they're going to make changes after. That's me. I shut my phone off, doggone it. They're going to make changes after this year. They may go to the high school. I don't know why they've been avoiding the high school rules forever anyway. Starting at the 10-yard line, which works. That's a nice way to go, as opposed to the 25. I don't know.
And you get 4 downs instead of 1. And
yeah. You get the chance to do it at 4 downs, and
I think they're worried about it becoming a field goal fest, and no football game should ever be decided by kickers.
Well, that makes sense. So anyway, that was a real highlight of the weekend.
Is that the word we're going with? Highlight.
It was a highlight for me,
That was the memorable moment of the weekend.
It was a highlight for me because my goal that day was basically to make sure that I was around to see Illinois basketball that night.
So you ponied up and did the pay-per-view?
No, I went to Clark's. He did.
Okay. So did Jay and Tamala.
Oh, did they really? Yeah. So I saw the Illinois game, and then the Illinois basketball game, and the Illinois football team comes walking out at halftime, which was incredible. They were holding up I don't know what the cannon or whatever they win.
So I didn't get to the basketball game until right when they were tipping off second half, so I even missed that.
You missed that
Yeah.
part. No. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Fairfield hosted a volleyball tournament that got over at 6 something, and
any surprises so far in the volleyball, by the way, this week?
surprises not too much, at least not locally.
Yeah, not yet. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that next week. Okay, college football. How did we do last week?
We did rather well, Bruce. At college, we were 5-3,
There you go.
which we were 5-3 last week, 5-3 the week before, 6-2 the week before, 4-3 the week before. So that's
grief.
called a winning streak.
That is called a winning streak, and that makes us what?
And actually, before that, we were 3-5. Then the week before that, we were 7-1. So we're doing pretty well in college.
Off to a pretty good start in college football.
41-30 overall.
That'll pay.
Yeah,
And that's
not even counting our underdog or super dog
Not
success.
counting super dogs, and we hit one this week, right?
I hit one. Appy State +5 against Coastal.
Yeah, that cost me. I didn't make that a show bet, but that cost me a little bit. I've now jumped off the Coastal Carolina.
Coastal was our darlings last year, and they were kind of due for the ATS fade this year.
Yeah, but I still kind of thought that Appy had not been all that impressive, but they were impressive against
That was also a weekday game, and you could never go wrong with Appy's at Chili's.
That's you got a point. Yeah, that makes sense. What
Does
do
it?
Not
You just
really.
give me credit on that one.
I'm giving you credit. What's going on this week? Who do we have going where? Well, give me Lucas and Jamie's picks.
We'll start with Lucas. He's got Kentucky -1.5 at Ole Miss or at Mississippi State.
I've got some pictures, by the way, to show for college football. Since we're here, I hate to interrupt. Oh, I meant to have like a standings or something there. I'm sorry. I meant to have this. Well, here, let me see on this other one if I've got the college football playoff. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not the college football.
Hey, Carterville zone.
Carterville zone. Luke Ford watching somebody else catch the ball because he kept dropping them all day long. And this is in front of the student section. This is, of course, the last catch. By the way,
I got to watch Carterville volleyball Saturday.
this first picture is where we got a sack on Clifford, and he walked like a 75-year-old man to the sideline. Afterward, it was a real shame.
Broke your heart, didn't it?
Broke my heart. And so there's that one. I think I had, there he is right after the pass is caught and the touchdown. They're waving touchdown. And then you have the student sections behind him. They're very unhappy. That's a shame, too. I've never told you my stories about going to Penn State, have I?
Are those fit for air?
Yeah, they were just very mean and ugly. They were not cool people.
And that's just the assistant coaches.
That was no, that was everybody outside in the fans.
So it's not Happy Valley?
It's not Happy Valley if you're on the
It
road.
definitely wasn't Saturday.
Yeah, it wasn't Happy Valley Saturday. All right, so what's one of the boys?
Lucas is also on Pitt -9.5 against Miami. I think that was 10.5, so that's come down a little.
Yeah,
His super dog is UCLA +6.5 at Utah.
I like that one.
Utah was my Pac-12 pick before the year started, and that has not looked good.
I was going to take that UCLA pick as well, but I saw that he was
Speaking of Coastal Carolina, Jamie is back at it, -17.5 against Troy.
and that's Thursday night.
I think that is the weekday game.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
He's also on an over Baylor, Texas, because it's a Big 12 over, and Jamie loves those.
And 61 is kind of low
61.
for the Baylor Texas game.
And then he's
I'm surprised
on
by
Michigan State +4.5 against Michigan. It's his super dog.
I thought about taking that one as my super dog too, and I probably would have done the same thing. So I think Mel Tucker and the gang have a whale of a chance. You're
I
on
like
this game
Mel
too,
Tucker.
right?
I am, but I am on the under 52. So if you have an
Michigan
underdog
State's
getting
got-
more than a field goal in a game where you think you go under, you like the correlation there.
Yeah, Michigan State's got solid defense. They're
I think
pretty-
Michigan is. I think the line's about right. I don't think the offenses are going to move the ball all that well.
What's your other one?
I've got Florida +14.5 against Georgia. I love picking the non-Power 5 games. I went with two of the bigger games this week.
Well, I went 2 Big Ten games.
Yeah,
for
I've got
mine.
Florida. I'm getting more than 2 touchdowns against Georgia. I got 14.
I'm surprised you took that one. Georgia's not letting anybody score. I guess you're thinking this was not a home game; it's a cocktail party.
I'm thinking this might be the Anthony Richardson coming out party.
Okay.
They've been playing Emory Jones, and mixing in Anthony. I think this might be more the 50-50, and Anthony Richardson is a playmaker. I think he's going to break a couple and keep the. I don't think they beat Georgia. I think Richardson can help them keep it close.
Okay, now what's your super dog?
Boston College plus 6.5 at Syracuse.
All right, now
Going against the Fighting Babers.
Do you think BC can win this, or do you think it's, or is this just because this was 6.5 and you had to fill the sheet?
I have BC ahead of Syracuse in my power ratings. It's at Syracuse, but I have BC as 2 points better. So,
see, now that I like BC better as well, and I was just wondering if I was the only one.
Their offense is not great, but I think they can run it on Syracuse.
Yeah.
Boston College cannot throw the ball, but I think they can run it and keep it close. And when you're getting 6.5,
yeah.
Obviously, I took them as a super dog, but
Wisconsin. I've got my teams, my games. I've got Iowa at Wisconsin. I'm taking Wisconsin minus 3.5. I think Iowa's been exposed. They don't have an offense, and
does Wisconsin have an offense?
Wisconsin might have a little better. I'm hoping.
That being said, I have Wisconsin ahead of Iowa in my ranking.
Yeah, 3. Now the hook I don't like. I don't like the 3.5.
That's what's kept me off of it so far. My favorite part of that game is you will never. I mean, it's a college total. I saw 36 today.
Yeah, I saw 37 today. Yeah, college totals don't get that low. I mean, that's like 20-17 it would be. That's a halftime. That's the end of the first quarter. A lot of other conferences.
36.5 is pretty universal now.
The one I do like the hook is my other choice. It's Purdue plus 7.5 at Nebraska. Again, I still don't understand the Scott Frost love and the Nebraska love. It makes no sense to me. Now, granted, it's at Nebraska, but Purdue's solid team.
I was on Purdue when they beat Iowa.
Yeah.
I sat at Vincent's Brewing and watched that one.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. Not far from some Purdue fans.
I bet you they were fired up.
Yeah.
Oh, see, they led the whole way.
Yeah, they jumped out early, and it was never really in doubt.
Yeah, it was.
It was close, but
you were just figuring when Iowa was going to come get them, and they never did. You were waiting for Purdue to throw a pick, and they never did. Superdog, I'm thinking the kids are going to play for Fuente. For Justin Fuente at Virginia Tech. I'm taking Virginia Tech to win at Georgia Tech. I don't think it's 4.5 points. I don't think Georgia Tech's that good.
When Fuente was at Memphis, that was a guy I was kind of hoping would wind up at USC, and then he took the Vautech job.
Who's going to wind up at USC?
Apparently not Mike Tomlin.
Apparently not Mike Tomlin. Never. Wait, I don't say never, but never.
Yeah. I just hope not Jeff Fisher.
It's not going to be Jeff Fisher. They're not going to hire the 7-9 king.
You can't go 7-9 in college. I'm still hoping for Eric Bieniemy, but
are they going to leave USC? Or you got to have a USC guy.
Here's the other problem: Bieniemy used to coach for the guy that is doing the hiring now, so I don't think that'll happen. He got fired by the guy that got now.
Yeah, I thought he did. We're going to talk NFL when we come back. You're watching Big Talk. Bruce Dickey, back in a sec. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basementy experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basementy experts.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, "Together, we're going to rebuild." Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
I went ahead and tell him the Pedro Zerati story. But I'm not. See, I can't tell that, can I? In decent society.
You just have to be creative.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. See, half of it is what I said too in the middle of the match, and I can't.
That you can't say.
That I can't do. The referee standing there, and hey, you're right.
Sorry about your luck.
You're exactly right. Good point. NFL, big weekend last weekend. The Bears took it on the chin from the Buccaneers. The Raiders had the week off, didn't they?
No, Raiders won.
Raiders won? They got the week off
Smashed
this week.
the Eagles.
They got the week off this week. Okay. It was a fun weekend if you like bad weather games. The Seattle game was in terrible weather. The night game on Monday or Sunday night, the Niners game was in terrible weather.
I think that Seahawks game would have been terrible with or without weather.
It was not a good game to watch, was it?
No. And I was actually a Geno Smith guy coming out, and he's just not good.
I guess the thing being, let's take a look at some of the standings here.
No, the biggest surprises last week were kind of good teams getting rolled with the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Yeah, and which made you think.
Titans rolled the Chiefs. Bengals rolled the. I mean, not even close. Just
but it made you think the Chiefs kind of confirmed that they aren't that good.
Their defense is awful.
The Super Bowl hangover has hit.
Like I said, I think a BDC team could score 20 on the Chiefs' defense. I don't think they've seen the double wing before.
That's probably true, and they aren't making adjustments.
I guess the Ravens might run the double wing, but
the Ravens. It was like the Bengals. They knew what the Ravens were going to do, and they were set. I mean, I guess if you see a team twice a year, you kind of figure out their habits.
And Zach Taylor, who's not a good coach, is all of a sudden in the running for Coach of the Year.
It helps when you have a very, very, very talented quarterback.
Throwing to
three very, very, very talented.
Already one of the best receivers in football.
Yeah, a rookie, Jamar Chase. He's catching everything thrown near him. And he's. I
remember last year on this show we was talking about Devontae Smith, and I made I said he probably won't even be the first receiver taken, and we're seeing why.
Yeah.
Smith's winning Heisman's, but everyone knew Chase was a different breed.
Chase from LSU and took the year off last year. Did not play for COVID reasons, but also to save his knees, and he knew he was going to go number 5 in the draft. So are the Bengals for real? Let's take a look at that.
I don't think so, but
there they are. The Cincinnati Bengals at 5-2, tied with the Ravens, also 5-2.
We're getting deep enough into the season, and we're getting ready to probably get to my team here, where even if you're not for real, you've got a head start on some teams who probably are for real.
Well, that's right. I mean, look at the Pittsburgh's 2 games back here in the division. Are they going to be able to come back?
I never thought Pittsburgh was for real.
Well, I know, but people from Pittsburgh do, and Mike Tomlin does. He got angry. Did you see him? Whether you were talking about that?
I read it. I didn't see it.
I saw the quote. He said, "Never, never, never," and then he sits there for a minute, tells them not to ask him the question ever again, and then he says, "Does anybody ever ask Sean Payton this question?"
Yeah, Sean Payton, Andy Reid.
Did anybody ask Andy Reid this question? No. Well, why are you asking me?
That being said, Andy Reid, if you want to come coach at USC,
they were asking.
I'd be all aboard this one.
They were asking Mike Tomlin if he was going to coach at USC. All right.
I still think Andy Reid's the best football coach of the last 20 years. Second best, I mean.
Second best, yeah. I was going to say that he's not the best. There's a guy on this chart.
Although we're starting to see now that may have been a little bit more Brady than Belichick.
We'll have that discussion later.
That's a whole segment right there.
That's a whole segment. Buffalo at 4-2. They have had their off week. Patriots at 3-4. Is there any way the Patriots can hang out with the Bills? We're going to find out a lot this weekend about the Patriots.
Yeah, two of those 3 wins were against rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson and I don't even remember who the other one was. Did they play the Bears? Was it Fields? It was another rookie quarterback.
Well, the other one was Tua, but I mean, the Tua
and then,
was
then they beat Tua once. Yeah. So they haven't beat a decent quarterback yet.
They're playing the Chargers this week, who at 4-2. Even though they've been outscored, the Chargers are they're a solid team coming off.
They are the anti-Pythagorean team right now.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Jets and Dolphins are out of it.
If you look at the point differential in that West, Broncos are down there at plus 14 in last play, or plus 13, and then the Raiders are plus 14 in first place.
It's because they played the Broncos. Here's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, on the NFC side. The Cowboys
NFC is much better at the top end.
Cowboys coming off a week off, and they're playing pretty well right now. Going to Minnesota, actually, and we'll talk about that one here in a minute too.
Tease of the week game, probably right there.
Yeah, that's.
I still wish you'd let me do teasers for our picks.
No, we're not going to let you do. We've
minus 110, minus 120.
We've had this discussion. Arizona Cardinals at 7-0.
Fans you can vote at.
Arizona Cardinals at 7-0. Let's talk about their big game against the Green Bay Packers, who are 6-1, heading to Arizona on Thursday night. Biggest and probably the best Thursday night matchup in years. What are we thinking about?
I wouldn't
Aaron
say
Rodgers?
In years, but yeah, it's 2 top 10-ish teams. Arizona is number 2.
10-ish.
Arizona's number 2 in DVOA. Green Bay's number 10 in DVOA right now.
I would have figured Green Bay be higher than that.
They've not had a greatest schedule, and I say that they're
6-1.
Their DVOA is 11. Their weighted DVOA is 10.
I guess they haven't had the toughest schedule, have they?
They are possibly missing both or 2 of their wide receivers.
That's the interesting thing. The COVID bug has struck the Green Bay locker room. They're missing defensive coordinator, right?
I knew it was a coach, and then Lazard is definitely out, and
Devontae
Adams maybe if he can test out because he's vaccinated, where Lazard was not.
Oh, Lazard wasn't vaccinated?
No, that's why he's definitely out. Devontae can, if he can come up with 2 negative tests within the next 24 hours, he'll be able to play.
He's possible.
Yeah, so I think he may have had another positive as of this morning, which is Wednesday. So that may
shooting
have
us on Wednesday.
Yeah.
He just gave it up.
And everyone's making a big deal like, well, they're 6-0 without Devontae, blah, 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 but that ignores who they've played in those 6 games. The best team they faced in that was a Mahomesless Chiefs.
So do you think, though, that is 6.5 points too many points to give Aaron Rodgers? Because it's 6.5 points to 7 points right now.
Too many. Honestly, it's probably about right, but it's 6.5. That's again, you look at teasing the Cardinals there,
and it's
get
on
down
the road.
to a pick 'em basically.
It's in Arizona, and what I like about it, if you're a Cardinal fan, and I'm a former Cardinal fan, and I still have some allegiance to them. I just love that they're healthy.
The O-line was a little banged up. As of this week, 2 of their linemen are questionable now.
That's skill positions. The defense are healthy, though.
because I was looking at Murray over 258 on the passing yards, but I want to find out if the linemen are playing it before I take that one.
No, it's the thing with these quick weeks.
Green Bay's defenses, their secondary is awful.
Yeah, Green Bay is they're not quite the Chiefs dumpster fire on defense, but they're not the best.
The sneaky good game is actually number 4 Tampa against number 7 New Orleans.
I'm surprised New Orleans is that high. Yeah. I'm really kind of surprised by that. Especially, they're giving Jameis Winston more respect than I think people would. But they got Taysom Hill too, so I don't know. Let's talk about the
they're
best.
7 in defense and 7 and number 1 in special teams and
it's the Justin Hardy effect.
Yeah,
who's no longer with them anymore. He's been picked up by the Jets or something. We did real well last week.
Picks wise, yes, we did. We were 7-1 in the NFL.
7-1.
So 12-4 on the week with the
12-4 week with a super dog, ladies and gentlemen. Free money. We're just handing out money to folks.
We had one slacker who split his bets, and then 3 guys that went 2-0.
I'm the only one who missed an NFL bet. I feel terrible about that.
You had the Niners -4 against the Colts. Colts are starting to play pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I didn't expect
Nelson come back and suddenly Wentz looks better.
Well, I didn't know Nelson was coming back.
Yeah.
I thought Nelson was still going to be out, and all of a sudden Jonathan Taylor can run. I mean, when
Taylor's
sneakily,
I mean, Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. I think Taylor might be. I'd take Taylor over Kamara.
Taylor's
over
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Well, yeah, he at least he plays.
Yeah.
McCaffrey doesn't play. What do we have? What do the other boys have going?
The stink of the week. Lucas has the Falcons -3 over the Panthers.
Okay.
He's got the Steelers +3.5 at Cleveland. That's a game where it depends on who's playing and who's healthy.
Yeah, that's the thing. This week, you just kind of a lot of the games as you get 8. We're 8 weeks in now. As you get 8 weeks in,
you got to pay attention.
You got to pay attention to the injury list.
This is when you're looking at practice reports, seeing who's limited on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and who's getting bumped up to full practice on Fridays. And
before I started doing this as more of a, I'm putting real money into it now. Before I was only paying attention to one team's injury list, my fantasy league team. But now you got to pay attention to everybody.
Yeah, the further you get into an NFL season, the less I tend to bet early in the week too.
Yeah. Well, it's
which is what makes doing a show on Wednesdays fun.
Don't give me the eye roll. That's just not nice.
Hey, a lot of the pro guys I follow, they're doing their shows on Tuesdays and Wednesdays too.
That's true. All right, so
it's just an industry thing here.
Lucas has Atlanta and Pittsburgh.
And Steelers. Yeah.
All right. What do you have?
Jamie's got Arizona. The Thursday night game, he's got Arizona covering 6.5, and he's got the Lions +3.5 because he's an idiot. The 0-7 Lions +3.5 against the Eagles.
I love it.
He's an idiot because I also took the Lions +3.5 against the Eagles. So yeah, we're both.
You guys are both. And I know why you did it. You did it because of the way the guy coached last week. He was coaching.
Calling timeouts, down 3 scores, and
two fake punts.
Yeah,
an onside kick that
was
worked.
early.
Yeah,
the Lions have had
the first 5 minutes.
They are 0-7, but they've had 3 heartbreakers in those 7 games.
Yeah,
against
Lions,
some decent teams.
He gave up a win to Baltimore on the final kick of the game from 66 yards.
Almost won as 10.5-point underdogs against the Niners when the Niners were healthy.
Hurry yours, man. We're running out of time. We got about a minute.
Washington at the Broncos +3.
Okay, Washington at the Broncos. Mine, I like the teams coming off the bye. I've got Chargers -6. Chargers -6 versus the Patriots in Los Angeles, and I've got the Cowboys. I don't know why this is so close. Cowboys -1.5 at Minnesota.
Well, I've got the Vikings and a tease, so my tease of the week is Colts Vikings.
Okay, all right. So, I can see that, but we can both win.
We can both win.
That's the hope. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in, and I tell you what, get out there, watch your high school football teams, watch your high school volleyball teams, enjoy.
Weather should be good. Get that tailgate going.
Get that tailgate going and have fun. Brian, thank you so much.
Always fun.
10 seconds to
go Mules, go Wolves.
Go Mules, go Wolves, go Wildcats.
What's St. Joe Ogden's?
We got to go.
I can't remember either.
We're going to get killed.
Go Bulldogs.
We're going to hear from Jeff from Villarreal. Thanks very much, folks. We'll see you next time.